Okay, so we are now live with our session, and I want to welcome each and everyone. We are going to be here for 1 hour maximum. So by 1, we should be through. And we are going to be discussing our subject today, traditional marketing and digital marketing. And I'm Rogers Mukalere, and I'm the organizer for WordPress Jinja Meetup, which is a community of web developers in Jinja and in Uganda. Yes, because we have events and activities not limited to Jinja. The WordPress community has, there's also a WordPress Kampala community and WordPress Entebbe community, which are official meetup chapters with the WordPress ecosystem. I'm glad to see on the call Mr. Kasirye Asa, who is the one of the pioneers of this community of WordPress and is the lead of WordPress Entebbe and Elementor meetups. Mr. Kasirye, how are you there? I hope you can unmute and say hi to the members. And also we have Mr. Muhammad Katerega, who is the my co-organizer within the WordPress Jinja meetup. So we normally have regular meetups where we connect and we share different things. It doesn't necessarily have to be about WordPress. It is all things regarding the web, which can be able to get members interested. For this particular meetup, we are having it as a pre-event for website Camp Jinja, which is going to start on Thursday, and we are going to be sharing more information about it towards the end of this particular meetup. Yeah, so the theme for that website camp is going to be digital marketing, and we are going to be inspiring startups and non-profits to leverage digital marketing, because many of them maybe have been using traditional marketing only. We are not saying traditional marketing is bad. It is not bad, but you can mix and see how you can also tap into the benefits of digital marketing. So we are going to share, and then we appreciate both strategies. Now, all of us have been doing marketing at some point. Yeah, you will market something, either right from school. You will have some things you want to sell around. It could be your own startup. It could be a business of your family, or you are an employee. You will need to market something. It could even be a non-profit. Maybe you are a church or something. We need to really find a way of reaching out to audiences to be able to partake of the services that we offer and the products that we offer. So we need to act smart and be able to get the best results. And please, I hope you have come in ready to share with us. We are going to have a breakaway session, by the way, in which we shall get 2 groups, team traditional, team digital. And both teams will come and persuade us that their team is the best. But I will be harmonizing as we shall be concluding before 1 p.m. today. Okay, so I'm going to start with traditional marketing first of all. What is traditional marketing? I never had a voice from Muhammad and Asa. I want to hear a voice from you to just confirm that you are hearing what I'm saying. I wanted you to say a hi to the members before I proceed. Had I stopped people from unmuting? You can try to unmute now. I think the unmute option was not on.
Yes, Roger.
Okay.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Muhammad Katerega. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you. I know some of you are new to WordPress. Some of you are probably new to digital marketing, but as Roger said, we've all participated in some form, one way or the other, of marketing. So it will be interesting to see how the two actually complement each other and why it is important to transition into the digital realm of marketing. I'm glad to be here today, and I look forward to the session. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Asa?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Rogers, for doing this, and I'm really humbled. My name is Kasiri Arthur. I'm part of the meetups in WordPress, and I'm really glad to be here. This is I love I wanted to really so much attend this session, and I'll just be proud about any contribution that's being made. Thank you so much, Rogers.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, let us proceed. Because of time, I will not give each person an opportunity to introduce now, but you will get a time later on to share in the feedback. You'll be introducing yourself, and then you'll be giving your submission as we discuss. Okay, so what is traditional marketing? So this is, there's a graphic here that is trying to hint into traditional marketing. Before the internet came, pretty much we were using traditional marketing only. So in traditional marketing, we have a number of things. These ones are just a few. I may have left out others. We have flyers. I don't know how many graphic designers here. At least I know on call, Mr. Wogisha Dennis is good at making flyers and graphics. If you go to that event, or maybe you make very many flyers and business cards, and you keep giving them out. Sometimes you may find that after you have given out that business card, when you pass around, the person has left it where you left it, where you gave it to him from. And you have wasted 1K to print that flyer. So the person has not really found value in your flyer. So we use flyers and brochures. Companies, you write brochures summarizing your product and services, and then you keep giving everyone you find around. We also saw during the elections, people were using posters, and they were putting them everywhere. You put a poster today, your opponent comes and puts another one on top of yours, or the rain comes and washes it away. So yeah, the tradition is really what we have been doing, and it is common, and it is also good because it has to come out. You can use radio. Radios have been here for some time, even before the internet. And you go to that radio program and you try to get airtime so that you can be able to share. Then we have television ads. Anyone here who knows how much they charge on one of the TVs for an advert of like 1 minute during prime time? Anyone who has an idea? Has anyone ever made a television ad? Or you may have seen somewhere in the newspapers. Even in the newspapers, by the way, newspapers putting there your adverts. When I was starting out with the issues of web design and hosting, I was really persuaded to go, and I put, my company was called Center for Web Presence. I wanted to put somewhere in the classified column of the newspapers, somewhere, and I put there web design at 300K, Center for Web Presence. So I don't know how effective that is. Is it better than pushing the message online? How many people read the classified column and they respond? Yeah, so we have people who will say, no, tradition is really good because maybe it has worked out. Billboards. Okay, so are there others that I may have left out when it comes to traditional? You can put up your hand and then you unmute, and then you can share if you have anything. What is your experience with the traditional marketing? What is your experience with the traditional marketing? Has it worked out for you? Would you have an idea about some of these courses I've been talking about? Then we are going to be diving into the digital marketing as well. Okay, so okay. You people, you don't want to speak. Let me just proceed. I'm going to put you in a breakaway session and you speak from there. Then you'll come and share. Okay, so we are having digital marketing. So digital marketing has several solutions. On this, I'm having another graphic here talking about digital marketing. Also, there are several, but there are a few here which have been highlighted. Starting from branding here, clockwise branding. Of course, this branding also is to do with it's connected with also traditional. The brand, you have to be able to brand, but the way you brand in digital is different from how you do it the other side. You need to have a website if you are to do digital marketing. Yeah, it's really imperative that you have a website. If you are not having a website, I've been seeing schools during this period, they wanted learners to apply for vacancies. Those who didn't have websites had to create websites because it is your online presence, your online location, or your online home. You could also create an app which your clients can use to access your services and give you feedback. Like NSSF has an app, and many of these organizations. You can do e-commerce. You are having a shop downtown Kampala. Instead of doing the flyers alone, you set up an online shop. You put there your products. They may not be downloadable products, you just have a listing of your services. And then people can make orders and then you can contact them and you supply. There is content marketing. So content is in different formats. We have video, we have documents. If I want to market my school during this period of COVID, I would create e-learning content and I make sure it is available. People download it and they keep sharing. There's this app called TikTok. What they have used to push their brand, they made sure it is easy for people to create content, videos, and they put there an option of sharing to WhatsApp and other platforms. There are some other platforms where even copying and sharing is not easy. You can't even copy something and share. You have to use it from there. But with these ones, for example, YouTube, you cannot easily download. It's not, unless if you're using a third-party alternative to download. But with TikTok, they want you to download and they brand the video. So whenever you share that video on Twitter, many of us have seen a TikTok brand outside TikTok. For me, I don't use TikTok, but I see TikTok videos on Twitter and everywhere. So that could work for you as a content marketing. So you could get some content which is really resourceful and make it that content to market you so that people associate you with quality. There is the graphics. You can do much in graphics. There is video. You can you have a YouTube channel and put out of your content there. There is search engine optimization. Personally, search engine optimization has been my best friend. I was noticed by teachers in the teachers community, not because I wrote flyers or sent them emails, but I just got my resources. I was teaching at Jinja College and I was putting them on a blog on the internet. So SEO means people are going to Google to search and Google will market you if you have quality content. So people were coming to my site when they don't know me. They were landing onto my website. So when you are having a good blog, maybe a content writer, you put up good content and make sure you have good SEO. You invest in SEO, making sure that your content is well search optimized, and SEO will drive organically people to you. If you have a website and you don't have a blog, you make a site, you just have a few pages about contact, full stop. You create a blog. If it is time for COVID, write something related to COVID in line with your work. If it is a hospital, write some guidelines about COVID. If it is a school, write something about COVID. If because it is COVID which is trending at this time, blog about it, and that will be able to help you. Then social media has very many other things there. Facebook, Twitter, all these, and all those complete courses. Actually, you can look at Facebook marketing alone as a particular section and look at things like boosting, things like having lives. We have been seeing bloggers during politics. Bloggers. They have got money. I saw people like Ashback Kato getting promos because of Facebook only. They're just blogging. So you can be able to do something and it goes viral. I saw one of the children at Makerere getting scholarships, Suvi, just because of a tweet, and he has scholarships. So we can be able to leverage the social media. These days I'm seeing Twitter has brought things like Twitter Spaces. We have many things. There is something I've not put here. Digital marketing team, please. There are other things that I've not mentioned that should be here. So at this time, I'm going to get this discussion to you first. Then when we come back, I'll be harmonizing and also look at the 4 P's of the marketing mix. And then we'll wrap up our discussion today by looking at website Camp Jinja, what is going to be there, and we shall be closing at exactly 1. So in the next few minutes, we are going to go into 2 groups. We're going to have a breakaway session, digital marketing versus traditional marketing. And I want us to get 2 leads. I want someone who is a traditional olden reserved man who thinks flyers are better than tweeting. So that person, I want you to share. I just want you to share experiences regarding what are the best strategies for traditional marketing. For example, if there are other tools that we have not talked about, people could tell me there are things like cold calling. I don't know if you know some of those things. Yeah, traditional marketing. Anyone, chairperson traditional marketing, can you put up your hand? Anyone, please, willing to be the lead of traditional marketing group? Put up your hand. I make you a co-host. Don't fear, just be there, then members will contribute. You'll even have a few minutes. You'll come back when you have raised a few points, and then we see how we can proceed. We are going to write a blog post on the WordPress community under channel or website, detailed blog posts having a summary of today's discussion. So those who want to read, we shall be able to share a blog post afterwards. Okay, have I got someone volunteering to be chairperson traditional marketing? You able to? Yeah, you are able to unmute. Okay, let me get chairperson digital marketing first. For tradition, I think I'll look for the oldest person in the house. I think I know some of you who are elders. I will choose one elder to lead us in tradition. But for digital, I want digital natives. So if you're a digital native, please, or any other person, anyone ready to be chairperson digital marketing? Do you want me to dictate? Okay, I've got Mr. Emorut. Mr. Emorut, you are going to be chairperson digital marketing, and you are a co-host. So I hope you have got what we want to discuss. Which other tools and what are the tips for that particular digital marketing? Then we shall come and we weigh on a minzani which one is heavier, which one is better. So you can be able to look at advantages of digital marketing. That is your task, advantages of digital marketing and any tips that you could have. So let me get Mr. Anjala, are you able to unmute? Mr. Anjala, are you able to unmute? Mr. Anjala is unable to unmute. Okay, let me get a lady. Joanne Logose, are you able to unmute?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you are going to be the chairperson, traditional marketing. You tell us the advantages of being traditional and what are the key tips? What are the tips that we should really do if we are looking at traditional marketing? We are going to have a few minutes, not very many. So we are going to have like 5 minutes. In case I see there is need for some few minutes, I will add on just a bonus of like 2. Just try to, your task is to make sure that you squeeze words from these people who are tight-lipped, because I'm seeing these people are tight-lipped. Yeah? So you should find a way of making them to give you a point, and we should be able good to go. Okay, so we have 5 minutes, and you should be able to choose a group that you want to be. Joan Logos is in traditional marketing, while Emerald George is room 2, and Joan Logos is room 1. Okay, the breakout rooms are open right now. Let us discuss that in a few minutes and come back and harmonize on what is really the advantages of each of these, and then we shall be able to weigh which one particularly is the best. Okay. Okay, so we're in a breakout session. James, I see as if you have not joined any group. James, please try group. James, are you able to hear me, James? Okay, so
we may make points.
If you can argue it out like that and actually convince somebody, maybe you can, because I'll give you an example. If you're going to put an ad on TV, on a billboard, on radio, that would be very expensive, and yet there are methods of digital marketing that are cheap. For example, if you need a website, or you need a click funnel, or a social media page, depending on what you're doing, I believe that digital marketing can be cheaper than the traditional one. But if you can argue it out, like you've said, because you're talking about flyers, and those ones are cheap. So what is the cost of distributing those flyers? Because you're not just going to print them out and have them with you in your office or wherever.
John's point, I would propose that we move straight to something that is more easier to argue and to build onto, rather than something that is a little far-fetched. Take, for example, when it comes to the expense of traditional, there's so many different approaches that can prove to be very expensive.
Feedback from the clients. You note that if you're using radio, if you're using pliers, you may not get feedback easily as far as improvement and like extending the business is concerned, which, like Mr. Katerega said, in the digital world, you can always put up forms and put up ways of receiving instant feedback from the clients. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Wajisha. Maybe I see we're already out of time. Meanwhile, as we wait for Mr. Rogers to return us to the main group, maybe somebody can add in with more tips.
Okay, so.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Okay.
I hope all of you are back. We are now going to. We are going to weigh. We are going to put on Minzani. These two digital marketing and traditional marketing. So we have the traditional people who don't find the value in what the digital is telling us. You know that we have seen some companies which are right now hiring TikTokers, but now if you tell other organizations which are traditional, they'll say this one here is wasting time. It also depends if you are the CEO of one of those government agencies. Are you going to remain traditional or you will invest in TikTok? Okay, so are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we are.
Okay,
yes,
I'm going to start with traditional. I'm going to start with traditional. What are some of the thoughts from the members in the group there?
Okay, so we had one person who just summarized everything within 1 minute, and everything he said made sense. He said, because we were looking at Uganda or maybe Africa, if I can extend it out, where he said with traditional marketing, you're able to reach a wider audience because it's easily accessible. Not everybody has access to the internet. So if you put your advert on, for example, CBS or BBS, or when Museveni is going to address the nation, he uses radio or TV. He will not go to Facebook Live or Twitter or Instagram Live. So you can be able to reach a wider audience because people have FM radio. Almost everybody has a TV in their home. Even in the remotest places, people have radios. So you can be able to reach a wider audience, while as opposed to the digital marketing where you need an internet access, post, you need a website, you need social media, you need a smartphone, and all those things are expensive compared to the traditional marketing. So that's what we had discussed by the time we came back to the main session.
Hey, okay. It's fine.
Yes.
I thought I would write 100 points here, but it's fine. Let us hear from digital team, the digital natives.
All right. Thank you so much, Rogers, and everyone on the call once more. We had a very interesting discussion, and members deliberated. They gave opinions. Number one of the opinions is actually rebattling what the traditional team has just said. The members suggested that with digital marketing, we can be able to meet as many clients as possible. However, we can be able to reach the right people. We can be able to reach the right clients, and we can be able to reach them at the right place and at the right time. Unlike traditional marketing, whereby let's assume somebody has put up a banner, for example, for people to look at. Trust me, that banner will be looked at by everyone. But even people who are not meant to be able to look at that banner, even students, even some people who are not potential customers, that banner will be there on display. But with the digital marketing, there are techniques whereby you can be able to target the right audience, the right potential clients, and at a right given period of time. And then also with the digital marketing, we need very low startup costs. The beauty with the digital marketing, there are some platforms whereby you don't need even to spend a coin for you to post an ad. You just talked about search engine optimization, which is also part of digital marketing. So long as somebody is in position to create the ad properly and post it using the right techniques, somebody can be able to post that ad and people will be able to access it. So a member actually suggested that as low as $10, you can be able to advertise digitally. Meanwhile, with the traditional marketing, you need huge sums of money. If to just give a quantity, when you look at the Ugandan media houses, of course, their pricing technique is reflected depending on the nature of the media house, the nature of the pricing policy of the media house, and also the popularity of the media house. So if a media house is popular, trust me, they will charge you large sums of money for them to be able to post, for them to be able to run your ad. For example, if you are to run an ad on a radio station, you also need to know which people mainly listen that radio station, which is not quite easy for you to tell. But with the digital marketing, you can be able to actually target the right people. You can be able to post an advert which targets the right age group, the right location, and the right the right category of the people. The other thing that we talked about is with digital marketing, you can easily be able to measure the impact. You can be able to measure the impact of your advert. For example, if you have posted an advert, if you have run an advert on maybe Facebook, maybe on Twitter, using the platform analytic tools, you can be able to see how your advert is faring. You can be able to see where your money is going. When you compare that with the traditional marketing, you can hardly be in position to tell the impact of your advert. Of course, when you put like a banner out there, you cannot know, you cannot interact with your customers very well. Meanwhile, with the digital marketing, you can be able to get even feedback from the people that are interacting with your advert.
Okay, thank you very much,
So
Mr.
basically, those were the few tips that we're able to share.
Okay, thank you very much. Team digital marketing, maybe if there is another person from that team can give us some team traditional who can give us some more points, but because of time, I can see my time here has gone. I want to do some harmonization and then I can open up. So for traditional, I can see here there are more things, members that we should not overlook. For example, during COVID-19, we have been doing work from home, but we have been missing the face-to-face meetups. The face-to-face meetups have something, you see, physical interaction. There is something that you can, if you go there with your briefcase and you walk into that company and you tell them that I can make for you a website and you show them, you never know, you can convince that PO Box CEO to give you a deal as compared to sending him a WhatsApp message. Because there are some CEOs who come from the PO Box era. So there are cases where you have to go to that school and see that head teacher to get that deal. And you write your website proposal, hard copy, and you send. And you go with it physically with a smart tie. Has anyone ever done that kind of marketing? You're going to look for a website client with a smart tie? For the ladies, I don't know whether you dress decently or you dress professionally or you dress in a way that is instead attractive. I don't know, for you to get that deal. So face-to-face meetings is a plus for traditional marketing. There is TV. People watch TV every day. There's prime time. Exhibitions and conferences. For example, we are having a website camp, which is going to be in Jinja. An organization can decide to come and sponsor and be at the event physically, put up your pull-up banner. And as the camp is going on, you can be able to get people to interact with you and you make a connection. There is fax, networking, newspapers, direct email, product samples. Anyone who knows what cold calling? Anyone who knows what cold calling? Have you ever done it? You have 50 contacts and you have to call. Maybe you have got a chance to get a list of parents from a school X, or you are opening school Z. So you call, hey, dear parent, we have runners, we are going to be having, then the parent asks, where did you get my number? Sometimes you go, you are spamming the person, you are calling the person, unsolicited messages and calls and bulk SMS. So traditional is really good, isn't it? Hey, team traditional. Team traditional.
It has its advantages.
Fine.
Okay. Now, but this is the reality, like digital marketing team was saying. Let us look at the cost. Here, let me first share this very well. The cost, if you are a startup, in the website Camp Jinja, we are going to be supporting startups to open up websites. You are a startup and you don't have money really. You don't have money to go to TV. And how much money do you have transport-wise to make those physical meetings, to organize and maybe to sponsor an event and be somewhere? Traditional, maybe it's for the old .com CEOs, but for us, the digital natives who have just come, you have a product you want to launch. Let us look at an example here on this. The cost to reach 1,000 viewers, if you are using TV prime time, here they were estimating $30. I don't know that this is underestimating. The newspaper putting their classified ad or radio, there are a lot of dollars here, magazine. It is quite more expensive. But when it comes to digital, you are good to go as good as you have a smartphone. You can be able to make a blog, you can open a YouTube channel, you can do a lot. And you can target people. You can boost an advert on Facebook and you say, I want only people in Iganga to see this. Personally, I used this boosting for one of my startup Shareability to be able to get people visited. There are also some statistics down here that 86% of the people skip television ads. So you put your advert. When the advert comes, the person switches the channel to another channel. So you have wasted your money. And some emails are not. So you can be able to look at these options here. Offline media. Yeah. So with the digital, these days people are on their phones 24/7. You see, whereas the TV, they watch it at 8 p.m. during prime time, the phone, they are having it throughout. They are with WhatsApp, every notification. People have now become addicted to digital. So you can promote your product. You can brainstorm. Like right now we are using Zoom. You can create a WhatsApp group and you get those parents. Instead of calling them, you can create a WhatsApp group and you send them the information digitally so they can make a decision. Otherwise, they will even block your number for calling them unsolicitedly. So you can be able to start up. You can sit down here. So one of the partners for the upcoming website camp is Innovation Village, which is looking at supporting startups to bring their ideas to life. So these startups really don't have money for TV, but they need to go into digital and they can reach out to the people that are there and they can be able to scale. Okay. You need to have a digital marketing strategy as a startup, or even if you're a traditional organization. You need to invest time in researching, making sure that you make the right content for your target audience. Someone talked about analysis. Then you look at which channels that you are going to use. Then make sure that you measure the impact of your marketing, and then also you manage the results. Yeah, so you need to research more about this. Even this particular thing here I'm sharing could be a bit abstract, but you can search more about digital marketing strategy. So when you are an organization, please give IT guys jobs. Give them jobs. You put there someone in charge of social media and you pay them. These people, they will invest time and they will make sure you get returns and they will be able to help you. So this is one thing that is there. Then finally, today, I also wanted to bring this to a bigger. It is not just about promotion. Marketing has 4 P's. There is what you call product, price, place, and then promotion. So the other tools we have been using, the traditional media, the newspapers, those are mainly in promotion. But what are you promoting? You have made the very, very, very untested cakes and you want to promote them. People will come and they eat your cake, but it is not sweet. So make sure your product is sweet. You invest time, make sure the product and services that you're offering are nice. Yeah, you should not make the marketing person's job very difficult. You're telling him to market something which is not very good. Yeah, so even when you're a web designer, you are designing websites and you are posting in people's WhatsApp groups, you are spamming them. Web design, I can design. Even there's what you call price. I can design a website at 100K. But what is the quality of your website? Because what is going to market you is the product. If you make a very good website, even if you're charging 10 million, people will come for it because they know the product is nice. So you have to balance the marketing mix, make a good product at the right price. Don't be, again, very expensive, because there are some clients who cannot be able to afford those services if they are very priced. So there are some people who are doing what we call a price war. They focus on P, make sure that the price is very low, but sometimes they compromise on the quality of the product. And also the place where you are marketing, especially when you are doing traditional, you have to be mindful of the place. Even digital, you should know where are you investing your digital marketing strategy. Are you marketing on YouTube so that people who are watching that music, they skip those ads which they can be able to see? Are you investing time on Facebook? Where are you marketing? Which place, which platform are you using to market? Okay, so members, our time is really up. That is it for today's meetup. I want to give a chance to a few members to give any reflections. If you have any comment or any feedback or anything about the website camp, which is going to be happening Thursday.
Hello, Roger.
you can raise up, you can be able to share that within the remaining 5 minutes, and then we shall be good to go for lunch.
How can we raise the issues? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, Rogers, this is Sam Kalule.
Yes.
And I'm kindly requesting that you could, if possible, please share the slides that you've used in today's meeting so we can use them further for our personal use, because they've been having very good content. And then the other thing, in regards to what we're having in Jinja, what is the plan for how we're going to be carrying out the whole thing? Is there any means of transportation for people in Kampala, or is there someone with maybe private means that is willing to have people chip in something so they can share the rate? And then when it comes to accommodation, how are we going to be doing that in Jinja? Do you people have something planned, or everyone has to cater to themselves when it comes to accommodation? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Sam, for that question. Would really be interested in getting members from Kampala to join, because you see, networking is very important. We have been in lockdown for 2 years. Connecting with people whom you share interests and getting to contribute to charity is something that is good. Personally, I will be traveling tomorrow, Wednesday, because I'm in Kampala. There are already a number of developers in Kampala, since this was mainly mobilized by the Innovation Village and people in Jinja there. But I'm going to be calling the people who have registered on the link, and then we see those who are really want to go, and we see it is 15,000 shillings to go to Jinja, 15,000 to go to Jinja from Kampala. So you add on from wherever you're coming, but from the middle of town is 15,000 to Jinja. Then when it comes to accommodation, we have some good guest houses there in Jinja, starting from 10,000 actually, but there are 20,000, there are a number of them. For me, I normally go there every weekend because I'm teaching there. So it is one night, that Thursday. On Friday, we shall finish. Maybe let me open this. Let me open this to answer this question very well. Let me open this quickly so that we can be able to have this harmonized as we wrap up. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yep. Yes,
okay,
I'm
so
seeing your screen.
We are having a website here, website camp.org, and we have a program here. So you have been in lockdown for 2 years. You could decide to come up, and then we see how we can do this. Okay, so this is going to be the program. The program is going to start on Monday. We shall have a session there about websites and introductions. And then we shall have ground rules. Then we shall have a team. We shall be able to pair up the developers with the companies. We have a number of companies that have expressed interest, and they have already submitted their website data. So it's a hackathon of thoughts. We need to make a website by Thursday, even in the evening. You can complete on Friday, we wrap up, and then we come back. So we shall do the teaming up. We get the content which has been created, the logos, the graphics. We install WordPress and hosting, and those things are going to be catered for by the sponsors. Then we shall design. So we shall share. So you'll do this. We are going to have 10 round tables. We are going to have a round table there. So on those round tables, we put the developer, we put a graphic designer, maybe we put someone from the company, and then you share. You can have a team of 3. Yeah, so we shall have something like that. So on day 2, we shall have a session on digital marketing still. We shall discuss now physically to discuss more. Today's session was 1 hour, but there is more to this subject. So we shall have a presentation still. And then we shall be on Twitter, seriously, using the hashtag website camp. It is good that we empower the people to use their websites. If you design and then you go away, the website will not be updated. So we shall have a session to train the users on basics of how to maybe make a blog post on the site. And we want to end by lunchtime Thursday. So that those from Kampala can travel back and get back to Kampala. So that is what is there. In case you are really interested, you can call me, and then we see. I'm seeing the people who have registered. You got this website camp. There is a homepage where there is a registration a link. If you are not registered and you're really interested, you can register, and then I will confirm to you. I will call you, and then I will be able to give you more details on that. Yeah, so we have not, according to this is a charity. We didn't have a lot of money, so we have not really already catered for people's accommodation and all what, no. But these are things that can be discussed at individual level, and then we see what is going to be there accordingly. So if you are coming from Kampala, 15,000 going, coming back is 12,000. That is around 27. So if you have 50,000, it is enough. 50,000 is enough for you even to get where to sleep. At least I've seen the rooms. I sleep in Jinja every time. There are rooms starting from 10,000. I'm not deceiving, but when they are good. Yeah, so you can, if you have a budget of 50,000, 70,000, it can be good enough for you to have this. If people go for camping in the lake and they spend there a week and they're just there going to what about camping for website camp? It is something that can be invested in, and there are returns. Now, what are you going to get if you're a developer? There are some goodies. We are going to give some elemental licenses, and also you will be connected with this company, rapport. So after you have done the site, they will continue in touch with you in case they need more support. They will always be able to contact you, and you can always charge them for more services. So for me, actually, I have one client I'm having now. That is one camp. I met them in a website camp. The website camp we had in 2018. So this company, I made this website for them in a single day, and then after that, it was one day, and I was really happy because at first I thought I couldn't do this. I was really happy, and it gave me the pride and confidence that I can do a website in a day. That is something I had not done before. But from that time, they have given me other business. I made that for that company. Then they kept on coming. Then they have given me, now I've made some good money. I've made like over 4 million just because of that. Yet at first, it was free service, but later we remained with rapport. They could tell me, send, add this. We could add them. Sometimes they could say, yeah, I'm going to add you, send some data. They send, and then I could work on it. Then when that company, they had another company which wanted, they recommended me. So what is going to market you? Like I said in the marketing mix, don't come to Jinja to just make a website for the sake. Make a good website. What is going to market you is the product. So let us reach out. And the benefits are endless. So basically, that is, I'm having members, I'm very sorry, I forgot to share. We had wanted to capture those of you exactly, especially who have attended this call. We wanted to get you could register. We have here some attendance form, since this is the first event of website camp. This is the very first event of website camp. So we wanted to get some information from you, some brief information in this registration attendance form for this event. It is brief, and this information is going to be shared with the Innovation Village. Yeah, so it is a simple form. I'm sharing it with you now here. Please, I wish I shared this in the beginning, because the number was higher at the beginning, but you just register, put your name. If you have a startup, choose a category. If you have a business or you are having an idea, or you just choose, and then you submit. Yeah, so we shall be able to send you more information and resources from the website camp and any other events in the innovation space. So please register. I'm very glad to see. I think Madame Gloria, the manager for website for Innovation Village, Jinja, as if she's on. If she wants to give us a word, a greeting, she can do that. And then Mr. Muhammad, maybe you wrap up. I think I'm through with the sharing here.
Yes. Before I come in, Mr. Rogers, I wanted you to perhaps address some inquiries I was getting from some of the startups. They wanted to know whether there would be any financial, small contribution needed to facilitate the camp, because as you know, there will be certain costs that are unavoidable as much as the camp is free. So maybe you could highlight on that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Katerega. Sorry, I had not really highlighted this from the start. So if you come to the website here, there is an option in here is you are the owner. The domain and website is going to be your property. So when we do this website, it is not ours. It is going to be totally yours. You can even, after the camp, totally back up your site and maybe host it elsewhere. It is going to be totally your product. So when you come and you design, there's nothing like you shall design a site and then, so it is going to be totally your product. And when you go under frequently asked questions, we had put something there. Now the domain name, since it is your product, the domain name you are going to, we have looked at, so we have a number of partners here putting the event together and organizing this, but things like, for example, the domain name. Then when it comes to hosting, we have some hosting sponsors who are providing hosting free, but the domain name, you have to buy it. And also we need to eat. There's lunch. So this is mainly the people who are going to benefit, the organizations that are going to be getting websites. So we are going to provide value, make sure your site is well optimized, it is secure, it is well designed, it is quality, but you need to contribute towards, first of all, your own domain and then the meals. Yeah, so we are going to reach out to you through email and phone call to finalize with that. But we had looked at 100K as a contribution from the organizers, from the startups. But for the developers, we are looking at the list of who have applied, and then we are confirming with those. And then those ones, the developers don't have to pay anything. But the organizations for which, all the startups, you see, if you don't contribute something, then you may not find the value again, because you may say, this site was given to us free, so you don't never use it. But if you do some small contribution, it will make it, it will make you to own and see value in it. Mr. Katerega, I don't know whether I've answered that question.
Yes. I think anyone on call, I can see Becca is on call. He's one of the, he runs a startup in Jinja, and he was one of those who applied and registered all his details. So I really wanted them to hear that, because it's key that everything is well organized. Of course, we have meals, so there are certain costs we cannot forego, as much as everything, all the services are from volunteers and everything is free. So I think you've answered. You've answered the.
All right, thank you. So the web hosting is.
I have a question.
Yes.
Since you've been preaching digital, are you looking at a time in future where you can blend some of these camps, whether it's website camp or any other camp that you might be involved in, where you blend online and physical? Because I'm sure that there are many developers who would have wanted to be in Jinja, but they cannot get there, maybe because of time, or they cannot go away from office, and yet they can spare that time to work with a group of people and come up with a website. There are many platforms that can be used for collaboration. You can use Zoom, you can use Skype. Some of them are actually free, and people can actually do a very meaningful work. And since it's a website, it's online. Somebody can join a team from Australia or wherever they are. So are you looking at a time when you incorporate that into this camp? I know maybe right now it might be too late, but just think of it as an approach that you can use in case there are people that want to join in remotely. Is it possible?
Yes, thank you very much. Actually, COVID has taught us that we can do things remotely. We are not really planned much here for having teams remotely, but this is just a start. We can have website camps even in other towns next year, or organized by maybe WordPress Kampala or WordPress Entebbe or any other group. So we can always look at that, how we can have the participation in there. But for now, we shall try to be sharing some updates, mainly people just to know what's going on through Twitter and all these other platforms. And thank you very much for the suggestion. And we hope to have more involved virtually in another camp. Okay, thank you very much. I don't know if there's any other question. Okay. And I saw as if Gloria was on. I wanted her to give a word or a greeting, but okay. So members, I think we are through with our meetup. I don't want to drag this. We were supposed to end at 1. Yeah. So thank you very much. Please fill in the form. Fill in that form. And have a nice lunch. May God bless you all. Thank you for joining.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Thank you, Rogers.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you for all. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Nice time.